And welcome back, everybody, once again to Project 2M. I am TJ the Obscure here with you, and as you can see, we have made some progress in this area. As far as the grass grows, as far as the grass goes, I have no idea what I'm pointing at this point in time. I have to inform you right now that something happened with my audio. I'm not entirely sure what, but it didn't pick up my voice. Thankfully, we did at least get game sounds. The weird thing is that I recorded something right after this, and it did pick up my voice. So I'm at a loss as far as what happened here. I think when I was motioning up above, I was talking about how I want to use the jungle tree as a little lookout for the area, but how I could probably use the area above me as a lookout as well. So anyways, I'm doing voiceover commentary. It's going to be very different, I think, than my typical episodes. I'm also a little under the weather, so you might be able to hear that in my voice, which means I'm a little out of it. I can't remember exactly. I think, okay, yeah, I wanted to show you a different view of things, just to show you kind of how pretty it looks with all. Actually, you know what? I think the grass does not look very good in this area. With all the granite, I don't know. It just kind of, it contrasts too much with everything. Maybe if I get some more trees or something, it could work eventually. Maybe I don't know. It's still fun doing it though, just to kind of make an impact on the landscape like that. So I'm up here in my Pigman farm. I had talked about this at the end of last episode. They do drop gold. You can craft the gold into gold ingots. They even drop gold ingots sometimes. And so I built a little path up here. I had to channel the water to get it to work. Building this grinder was actually easier than the creeper one. At least I was a lot less on edge while building it because basically what I did is I kept the blocks right underneath the spawner, and then I just hollowed everything else under that. And then once I had everything hollowed out, I broke the blocks on top so that the pigmen would fall under. It actually ended up being really easy and not taking much time at all. And yeah, one thing about the pigmen farm is that if you notice, I'm level 116. And I think I showed this off at some other point in the video, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now. Or maybe I do it right now. When you kill the pigmen, not only do they drop gold, they also drop experience points, which is odd. Since I'm not killing them manually, I'm killing them with the wither flower. So I don't know what that's all about exactly, why they would still drop XP. I don't think any of the other mobs from my other farms do that, so it's something specific with the pigmen. Sorry, excuse me. The sound is so horrendous. I had this running last night, and my daughter came and got me, and she's like, "Dad, there's something wrong with your computer. It's making a really weird noise." And of course, the noise she was talking about was just the fact that there's all these pigmen dying. She thought maybe I was being attacked by a spider. In fact, both her and my wife thought it was spiders, which I think is interesting. I don't know why they would think that. I'm kind of showing off the plumbing a little bit. There's basically aqueducts that I built. These ones go all the way down to my base, and that way I can hydrate my farms. Again, not necessary. It's just, makes me feel like I'm doing something. This is kind of a mess up here. So you can actually get really close to the top of this area. Yeah, there's the inside of it. You can kind of see. So I basically hollowed it all out and then broke the blocks. I have no idea what I'm talking about at this point in time. Oh, look, there's a torch in there. I love how during these voiceover commentaries, I always notice things that I otherwise wouldn't have noticed. In fact, there's one thing I've been wanting to talk about, which is that every time I've light off TNT in this map, I make a button or a lever, even though I've been carrying around that same flint and steel for forever. So But yeah, we're like really close to this blue flame. I thought about bridging over there. It doesn't look like it would be too dangerous. I do hear mobs to my right there, which I think is interesting. Although it may just lead to that area with the stained glass that kind of leads out to the sky. But yeah, I choose not to bridge over there. We're going to stick to this area that we are currently in with the pigmen and continue to try to make progress. So yeah, I did set off the spawner that's over here farther along the path. But I think that we are about to set off another spawner or two. So I actually thought I had already set that one off. It turns out that is not the case. I had set off a different spawner, which is going to surprise us here any second. There we go. It was the magma cube spawner that I had previously set off. I admit this episode I'm playing really cautiously. And granted, I feel like I've probably been pretty cautious this whole map, and rightfully so, but I'm playing especially cautiously in this area, and there's a reason for that. I may end up editing some of this, I don't know, because I'm just like launching mobs off, and normally I would know, like, okay, I'm not talking right now, I should just edit this part out because nothing exciting is really happening. But it's kind of hard to know like what I was planning on editing out and what I'm going to leave in without my original commentary in there. But the end of last episode, I think it was right after I stopped recording, I got hit by one of these guys. And they do, I think they do a full 5 hearts to me. Which means they can 2-shot me. It's 4 or 5 hearts. It was enough damage to make me really scared. Because I know that if we get into a situation where we can't avoid getting hit here, we are going to... Gosh dang it, I didn't break it. I don't know why oh, that's why. The spider. Oh, and then the magma cube. Oh, and then the health potion. And we're dying. And there's things chasing us. Oh my gosh. End of the world. That pigman freaked me out because I thought it was going to spawn and kill me. But thankfully that is not the case. I think we got down to half a heart there. So we were really close to death. But we're able to avoid it with the assistance of our health potion. I keep meaning to grab a blaze rod so that I can improve these. Although, I don't know if I've seen glowstone anywhere in the map yet. It might be a resource that they are limiting, because I have a few different health 1 potions. They're just not that great, and so I would like to improve them, but I need that blaze rod and I need glowstone. I have no idea what I'm doing at this point in time. I'm retreating for some reason. I came back to get some gold pickaxes, it looks like. Notice that I'm low on coal. In fact, I'm all out of coal. And despite returning to my base for resources, I do not grab any additional coal. That will come into play later. just in case you're wondering. Yeah, like, see, typically this is stuff that I would just edit out, but it's interesting to me to kind of, I don't know, watching myself play is, it's kind of embarrassing in a way, because I see these things that I do and I'm just like, why the heck did I do that? What am I doing? I don't know. It makes no sense. But yeah, hopefully this episode doesn't end up being longer because I'm not going to edit all this stuff out because I'm talking about, I need to just shut up, stop talking, get back to the action. So it was weird. I got, like, the video, like, stopped, like it froze completely there for a second. I don't know if that's because I'm trying to record while watching a video, if it's because the recording initially was messed up or what. So I go on this search for this poison spider that attacked us a moment ago for the spawner. I did not find a spawner. I do find another pigman spawner kind of in the opposite direction that we entered. But no poison spider spawner. So I'm guessing that it was a natural spawn, or it's just a really well-hidden spawner. Because I do spend some time looking for it, and I can't find it. This is where the other spawner is. I was thinking about trying to save it to improve my pigman farm. But, and I think I do say, I don't destroy it right now. But, unfortunately, it's too far away. I wouldn't be able to get them to both spawn at the same time. Not that, again, not that I really needed. They kept getting to me. I was trying to figure out how they kept getting to me. And I'm still looking for this dang spider spawner. But yeah, I think I finally give up at this point and decide to head further into the area. I get really frustrated with the terrain and with all the vines obstructing my view and getting in my way. It's a really unpleasant area to have to navigate. And once again, there's a lot of, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of gameplay. Because I'm terrified. The terrain keeps messing me up. I see the charge creeper. So it's very slow going. For certain parts of this video, and again, I'm going to try to kind of edit things up a little bit so it's not too painful to watch. But we have this gigantic area, open area. We have the skellies. It looks like we probably need to head straight back, but I'm just trying to get a kind of view of things here. And of course, take out the really bad guys. But we can see mob spawns are fairly dense, especially given how cramped things are in here. Running through is not going to be an easy option. I got worried about something falling on me, so. At this point, I noticed the spawner over there, and I realized that these things made out of the prismarine are probably buildings of some kind. In fact, I think you can see a doorway to that one right there. So I decided to just head to one side of the area because heading straight down the middle seems too risky to me. So we head to the right as we make our way further in. This creeper freaked me out because he just seemed to come out of nowhere. I think he was maybe hiding behind the blocks over there. But as I said, it's pretty slow going. As I try to get a feel for things and figure out exactly what it is that we are working with here. Creepers falling from the buildings. It says blocks moderate. I wonder why they went with moderate instead of medium. Usually it's blocks medium. This is not good. Not good. Not good at all. Digging up. Do I really want to do that? Things are still spawning. Oh my gosh, is there a creeper up there now? Oh, it's going to blow up. Okay, we're safe. Just break it. Break it. They blew up our blocks. Things are still spawning is what it sounds like. So I'm thinking there must be another spawner, and indeed that is the case. I can't believe his explosion did not blow up the spawners, but blew up the chest. So just some pretty basic blocks, nothing too exciting there. Although it does give us options for building things. I was kind of hoping that one of those was going to be sand so that we could make some more TNT. So I noticed that there's 2 spawners there that we're in range of that are spawning these skeleton guys pretty quickly. I have to get over there and disable the spawners, but it's also like you can see how many mobs are out there now. So it's going to be a little tricky. These skeleton guys don't hit that hard, But if we get swarmed by them, along with just one pigman, or take a creeper blast or something, it's, you know, game over for us. So I'm a little indecisive here. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I decide, okay, I want to rush these spawners and take them out, but we need to kind of, you know, whittle down the amount of mobs out there. I think at this point is when I decide, like, okay, let's just get all of them underneath me. And here I go again, making a button, even though there's that flint and steel sitting right in my inventory. So I blow up a bunch of them. And then we make a run for it. And there's somehow still creepers falling from that building. And I keep thinking that there's like hidden spawners. I don't know, it freaked me out. Here's the second spawner now. Down. And then I get a little... I was getting a little impatient, I think. So we're just going to go and set off all the spawners, apparently. And almost jump into a giant freaking hole that leads to the netherworld. Yeah, did you see the size? It's one thing I was not expecting. But we did get a good torch run in there, set off all the spawners. And now it's just a matter of, again, slowly whittling down mobs and taking out spawners one by one. That's a little disconcerting. And then he disappears on me again. And then we start to hear the creepers falling, and I'm just like freaking out at this point in time. Absolutely terrified. But there's definitely creeper spawners in that larger building there. Ooh, hidden creepers. Run away. Hide. Defend. Kill. The zombie football player. That always look like football players wearing the leather armor like that. I think right now is when I notice it. But do you notice anything about the pigmen? They're no longer aggro. No idea what that's all about. It's not like we've been away for that long. It was maybe a minute or so. I don't know how long it takes for them to lose their aggro. I don't know if that's intentional or what, but it certainly made things a lot easier here. So we've basically pacified the right side of the area and the back and the front. So there's just a kind of little darkness on the left-hand side, and then we peek down this giant hole, and I'm at a loss at this point. I don't know. It seems so weird to me. The block palette changes. It's a long ways down. It's not just like a little drop. There doesn't appear to be like a way like back up. So I'm wondering, like, is this where we go next? Is this a new area? What exactly is going on here? Is that even water down there, or is it like blue stained glass? Because that's certainly been something that some map makers have done in the past, so I wouldn't put it past them. So I'm just trying to kind of decide, what do I want to do at this point? Do I want to jump down the hole? Do I want to continue to explore this area? I also noticed the campfire there, which again has me really confused. Like, why is there a campfire in the middle of this area? It seems really weird. Let's head into the scary building with the falling creepers, because that seems like a good idea. I forget what's in here. Looks like just some... Oh, there's a chest with... The arrows of healing could be useful. I know that you can shoot yourself. There's a couple different ways to do it. It's not something that I've really practiced a lot of. But I know I've seen it in like speed runs and stuff, especially with like speed arrows. And I guess we could use the arrows of healing against undead mobs. But for the most part, it just kind of confused me. Oop, and if you notice, there's observer blocks on the door there. So I inadvertently bypassed a trap. But I think there's some iron in here as well. I decided to just go ahead and disable the trap in case we forget about it and decide to walk through the door. This puts us, I think, to 8 iron now, so I'm fairly certain we do have enough for an iron chest piece. But I decide not to make it and to instead save up for an anvil. Now, we're a ways away from an anvil, of course, and it's still unclear at this point how useful an anvil is going to be, because we don't even know, like we've gotten a couple of enchanted items, but nothing really all that worthwhile, like that wooden hoe back there. We have gotten, I think what I have in my inventory right now is sharpness 2 sword and that sharpness 3 axe. Those would certainly be worth repairing. But it's uncertain, are we going to get access to an enchanting table? Are we going to get access to enchanted books? Is an anvil really worth it? So I'm still kind of unsure about that. We could potentially get enchanted books from fishing. And I planned on talking about this in another episode, but I guess I'll go ahead and talk about it now, and that I have tried to set up some fishing things in the map. Unfortunately, AFK fish farms were broken in 1.16 and weren't really fixed until 1.19, and even then it would take a one of the skulker player detectors or whatever the heck they're called. I think they're associated with the warden mob for it to work, which I doubt we're going to get access to one of those. So it would have to be me legit fishing. Yeah, there are some ways around it, but they're not very efficient, and I'm not sure I really have everything I would need to even set it up. To fish for treasure now in Minecraft, you have to have an open body of water, so it has to be 5x5. It has to be open to air. And I'm also not even sure if you can fish treasure loot in the map. It's possible the map makers have disabled that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to save up for the anvil just because it seems like it would be a wise decision. But maybe the iron armor would be the better option. I don't know. Iron armor is certainly better than chainmail, but given that we're working with mobs like this Pigman who can 2-shot us, it would basically take us from a 2-shot to a 3-shot. I don't know if it's that useful compared to being able to repair like that sharpness 3 axe, right? The problem with an anvil is that it doesn't last forever. And who knows how much iron there is in the map. Yeah. So I like that I have to make these choices though as a player. You know, I don't just get infinite iron and can do whatever the heck I want. I'm like really having to think carefully. Oh gosh, really bad timing. I have to think very carefully about the choices that I make as far as resources go. So if you notice, we are out of torches at this point in time. We are making good progress, though. This seems, promising in terms of there actually being something at the top of this, and as we uncover more, I start to realize that the hole leading down is probably for another area, right? And that this is probably going to be where the objective is. The fact that I'm out of torches has me worried. And it's also getting close to the end of the episode. So I think it's at this point that I decide to retreat. But yeah, overall, you know, given what we're dealing with the Pigmen, they can 2-shot us or 3-shot us. I feel like we did pretty well. Had a couple of close calls this episode. Discovered a giant hole in the ground. Unlocked a new... Well, I don't think we actually unlocked the campfire, but we know where a new campfire is. Yeah, got our gold farm going. And we are making progress. Slow and steady progress. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.